Oh, ain't nobody checking me. Crossover through the legs, step back, hit a three. Still up in the hood, but got big baller tendencies. She just trying to get flued out to John Kennedy just to see the Knicks play, make a couple memories. New York, if you ain't from here, don't pretend to be. And if you ain't rocking with the Knicks, you an enemy. Yeah, look at us, whole city is wild. This is New York, why y'all ever counted us out? Any game we attend, yeah, we taking it now. Fast break on the court, all up and down. Lead a garden in the pigsty, yeah, we get it on this side. Bacon, egg, and cheese or the lobster milk with the ribeye. Either way, we winning the overtime if we get tired. Get it with the team, yeah, that's just something we live by. Hey, yo, first quarter in, we gon' turn it up. Gotta warm up first, then we taking it dub. By the third quarter in, no, they ain't catching up. Gotta stay in the lead before that shot clock buzz. If the Knicks get a win, we gon' do it again. Make the finals once before, we gon' do it again. Bounce back in the fourth, we gon' do it again. It's been a while since the chip, but we gon' do it again, yeah. Yo, put your hands up. If you rockin' with the Knicks, put your hands up. Huh. Yo, put your hands up. If you from New York, put your hands up. Yo, look, put your hands up. If you rockin' with the Knicks, put your hands up. Huh. Look, put your hands up. Hey yo, New York City, put your hands up. Huh. Sky, baby.
What up? What's going on, everybody? Can y'all hear me out there? Church Guy Sports Show for tonight. Game number 3, Eastern Conference Finals. Knicks pull out a 106-100 win, coming back from 20 points down at the end of the second quarter into the third and the fourth to pull out the win tonight. Are y'all able to hear me on tonight? If you're able to hear me, put it in the chat for me. Not sure what's going on with my camera today, but Knicks win. Bottom line there. Knicks win tonight, 106-100. Knicks win, ending the game on a All right, there we go. There we go. Had to make a little quick change up here. Welcome to the French Basketball Show for tonight. Knicks win 106-100. Highly contested, tough fought win by the Knicks tonight, but they get it done in Indiana. First time winning in the Gainbridge Fieldhouse or Conseco Fieldhouse or whatever the name of the building is. And what do you know? Somebody had to have gotten into the coach's ear because the fourth quarter collapse that we're used to seeing because of fresh bodies being run into the game by Rick Carlisle worked because who knew? The Knicks played their bench tonight. Al?
Played the bench for an extended amount of time.
Yep, sure did.
For an extended amount of time. And that proved to be the difference in the game. We were able to run with them, and not only run with them, we were able to make stops. We were able to make stops because you can't make stops on tired legs. It's impossible. You're going to foul out if you're trying to play defense on tired legs. So hopefully this is the way that our team looks for the remainder of the season, and we can even this series. But I don't like the way this guy's coaching our team. He's not getting what we're supposed to get.
Not at all.
I do not like the way he's coaching this team, and I really, really, really want him gone. I'm not a guy that looks for people to get fired, especially in this economy where Donald Trump is crazy as God knows what. But
listen, Tom Thibodeau has made millions and millions of dollars. I'm sure he'll be
fine. Willie Green, exactly. Finally getting Brunson off the ball. I said it in our chat. Getting Brunson off the ball.
Leaving him out of the game for extended period of times. We didn't see Brunson until the final 2 minutes, which I'm fine with, because is doing its job. We don't need Brunson to take 30 shots and dribble a ball for 20 seconds. That's not winning basketball.
And the shot clock is 24 seconds. He's dribbling them for 17 seconds on an average. He's got a. I like him. I think that he is a great ball player. I think that he has definitely been a part of the reason why our team is playing the way that we're playing, and we are as successful as we are. But at some point, you got to turn on point guard. At some point, you got to realize there are other people on this court who are capable of scoring. There was a stretch in the game where the only person that was really putting in work was Mikal.
It's true.
There was a stretch. That was the stretch. Thank you, baby. So, Cat does wake up, but Cat woke up because he didn't have to defer to JB.
Right. Cat
began to play the way Cat was playing because he didn't have to defer to JB. When JB is on the court, Cat is the number 2, and Earn, he is the number 2. But when Cat is the number 1 option on the floor, JB is on the bench, Cat was doing his work. He was doing what we expect him to do. And he pretty much put this team on his back and carried us to the win tonight.
He was huge. He was absolutely
J-Mac
huge.
is here.
J-Mac is in the building. J-Mac, talk to us.
I totally agree. Excuse the voice.
You must have preached real hard today.
He was at Davies today. He was wearing the place out. I seen it.
Oh, stop it, Butler.
I saw it.
Listen, I totally agree. The Cat second half was ridiculous. This is what we've been wanting from him. He played like a big man. He played like a big man today. He did hit a couple threes, but he played off of his inside game. You know, he played off of that. He didn't rely on his outside game to fuel his inside game. He fueled his inside game, and his outside game relied on setting up the inside. That's what I loved about what I saw. Also, let's not forget, OG Anunoby showed up today. He had 16 points defensively, and he had 16 points. He was 4 out of 6 from three-point land. OG Anunoby showed up today. Josh Hart in the fourth quarter, big rebounds down the stretch.
Enough can't be said about that by itself, because Josh Hart is finally back in the role. That, if we're honest, he was acquired to do what he did tonight. He was never supposed to be a starter long term.
Absolutely.
Tibbs just fell in love with him being out there, and you saw the benefit of having Josh Hart tonight. But Josh Hart with that bench unit was part of the spark that got us back into this game.
Absolutely. And that's the truth. Everybody was in there. That what you basically saying is, Bishop, everyone was in their natural role tonight. Everybody was in their natural role tonight. And Tibbs actually played the bench. How about that, fellas?
We had a DeLon Wright sighting tonight, and he was excellent.
We played the bench tonight, which was huge.
Absolutely huge. And you know, I noticed something a little more as well as far as Rick Carlisle goes. Like, Carlisle went 11 deep, not to get scoring, just to get guys rest. And Tibbs wasn't doing that. He has to realize we have a bench who is actually better than what is on the Pacers bench. After McConnell and Mathurin, they don't have any bench scorers. They don't. Those extra bodies they throw out there are just to get the starters rest, so they're fresh for the fourth quarter. We actually have guys on our bench who can shoot the ball. And that's the difference. That's the difference right there. Because you got to guard a Landry Shamet. You got to guard a Deuce McBride. We have guys you have to guard. They're not just out there for cardio.
Davey, your coach got to get fired, and you know it. You know it. You coming on this screen. You coming on this screen, smiling like you got now ladies in your mouth. Your coach got to get fired, bro. This guy is not coaching this team correctly. He does not know what to do with this roster.
Davey,
and you know it. He knows it. Davey, you know it.
This is the thing.
Here we go.
It takes up with games like this. It actually makes Tibbs look bad when we see what we actually have on the bench.
Yeah,
it makes him look bad. But when it takes the pressure of New York to get on him, and then he starts making these kind of moves when he could be doing it from game one.
I said it in the chat though.
We should be up 2-1. We should be up 2-1 right now.
We should be up 3-0.
Listen, I said it. I said it in the chat. Tibbs coaches to a system. He does not coach game to game. He does not coach game to game. He relies on his system. He relies on his philosophy, and that's bad in today's NBA. You can't coach like that. You've got to coach. You got to coach game to game. You've got to
especially the playoffs.
And you got to coach play to play.
Yo, what did we go 11 deep tonight? Did we go 10 deep, 11 deep?
But I'll take that.
DeLon Wright, a solid 13 minutes off the bench. Landry Shamet, a solid 11 minutes off the bench. Between the two of them, they only had 5 points. But I've been saying for weeks, Landry Shamet is a willing defender.
And he's a threat. And he's a threat. You just need him out there to be a threat.
But you'll know we can't fire him. You'll know we can't. We ain't been this far in 25 years. We can't fire this man.
Yes, we can.
They're not going to. They're not going to.
They're not going to.
They're not going to.
They're not going to.
Because Mike Malone got fired in the middle of a 50-win season.
There is a coach that can take this team and this roster to the next level.
There's a few of them out there.
And not.
There's a few of them out there.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm the front office, I shake it up as soon as this season is over. It's the only thing that saves Tim's job is a
In the
championship.
championship.
The only thing.
What-
that
What if we
saves
get
Tim's
to the
job.
final?
No.
No, not even the finals. Not even the finals. And the reason why I'm gonna say not
You
even
gotta
the
win the
finals
chip.
is because this team that we have is supposed to win the championship.
In year
Built
one.
for it.
This team is supposed
No,
to. Once you get past Boston, this team is supposed to win the championship. It's built to win it. It's built to win it. And the difference between them being the championship team and a bust is the decisions that the coach is making. It's not the players. It's not the roster. It's the decision that the coach is playing. We went 9 today. Could you imagine if we went 10 and had Precious on the court? He would have stopped a whole lot of that Siakam stuff.
I agree. Because he know those moves. He played with him in Toronto.
He would have stopped
Right.
a lot of that Siakam stuff.
He was guarding Siakam in practice every day.
Yeah, and you can't win. You can't win against Indiana with just the wing stop. You need another defender.
You gotta play the bench against Indiana
You
because
need another defender.
they run you into the ground. They bludgeon you with body after body after body, and they just keep shuttling in bodies. You
And
can't.
that's why that Cleveland lost, because Cleveland wasn't healthy. We don't have an excuse. We're healthy. Get those bodies out there.
Got to do it. You got to do it. And so I stand 10 toes down on it. The only thing that, if I'm the GM, the only thing that saves Tibbs' job is the banner going in the rafters.
But that's not going to happen. I agree with you, Butler. Y'all know I've been singing.
I don't think they're going to fire him.
They're not going to fire him.
They're not going to fire him.
But I agree with Butler. I agree with him.
But they should.
1,000%. Everything he's saying is right.
Yep.
Everything he's saying is right. But it's not going to happen. I agree with him.
So it's for Tibbs, it's championship or bust.
For
For
us, it
Tibbs,
is.
absolutely.
In our
group, it is.
clearly it's not, because he's going to be here.
Right.
But if we
And
were
let me-
running,
no,
yes,
because
it
let me
would
tell
be
you something.
championship or
Let me
bust.
tell you, Worldwide West and Leon Rose, they're not afraid to pull the trigger on somebody that's not meeting the standard. They're not afraid.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be hard to do it though, Butler.
It's going to be difficult,
Especially when you just gave him
it's
that
gonna be
extension.
The
difficult.
extension,
It's
and
gonna-
he made it to the Eastern Conference Finals a
Yeah.
year ahead of schedule. See,
First
that's
gonna
year
be-
with the team.
It's going to be difficult for them to convince Dolan to pay him for nothing.
yes. Dolan is not going
But
to do
here's
that.
it.
At the point that we re-upped with him, that's going to be difficult. And you're going to have to pay him.
And they're a year ahead of schedule. Don't forget that.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay him. And the reason you're going to have to pay him, what was it, a 5-year extension?
Yeah,
Or
5 years.
You're going to have to pay him. And the reason you're going to have to pay him is because
All the money. Yeah.
no team is going to hire him with that antiquated coaching style. So we will be stuck.
Oh yeah, this is his last job. This is his last job.
I don't see how you're saying this.
Davey, you stop it right now.
Butler,
I am
Butler.
not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you brainwash me with Tom Thibodeau love. It's not
Butler,
gonna happen tonight.
Butler, I was at his church today, and he got his members trained. The members said, yeah, he loved Tibbs. His members said it.
Oh,
Okay?
they got the members trained.
He
Jesus.
got the Keisha, he got the members
Name
brainwashed
another
about
coach.
Tibbs.
Name
You
another
running
coach
a
that
Tibbs
has gotten
over
us
there?
this far.
You running a Tibbs coach
Wait,
over there?
time
Dave?
out. Davey.
Yes, D-Lo, he is.
There is no coach past Van Gundy that has gotten us this far. And the reason
Right.
why there is no coach past Van Gundy that has gotten us this far is because there is no coach that had this personnel on the bench.
I agree
Correct.
with that too. We didn't have
Correct.
Leon Rose as the GM.
There is no coach. So you can't compare Tom Thibodeau to the past few depression coaches that we had.
So let's go get Mike Woodson, who had Carmelo, Tyson Hill. Let's go get him. He had a squad, and he lost to Indiana.
Those guys were old. Come on, Dave. Come
That's
on
With the
now.
exception,
Kenya
with the
Martin,
exception,
You had a Jason Kidd
who was old.
who was auditioning for a coaching job, by the way,
Right.
while he was playing point guard for us.
And couldn't hit a
Kenya
3-pointer.
Martin.
Don't forget, he couldn't hit a 3. He did not hit 1 3 in the playoffs.
Not
Not
one.
one.
he
Not
wasted
one.
all those bullets in the regular season.
You
'cause
got
shot
Kenya
lights out in the
Martin.
regular season.
You got Kenya Martin, who was on his last leg. You
Last
got Marcus Camby, who was on his last leg. You got Rasheed Wallace, who was on
played.
his last leg.
He never played. Rasheed never played.
He came in that one game and hit a 3-pointer.
Davey,
One game.
as a matter of fact, Davey, let me tell it to you like this, because I'm not killing Mike Woodson, because I do believe that Mike Woodson, that was the year that you talking about, he should have got coach of the year that year. And the reason he should have got coach of the year that year is because he was coaching a team full of AARPs. And they still won 60 games. Was it 60?
55 or
They
57.
won 55. They won 57 games.
55 games.
With a
55
prime
to
Melo.
27 that year.
With a
A
prime
prime
Melo.
Melo, but he didn't have prime players around him. He
No.
only had J.R. Smith.
You know who was the defensive player of the year that year?
Tyson
Tyson
Chandler.
Chandler.
Who he played for?
He played for the Knicks.
Bang. Come on. He had a squad.
All right.
I disagree, Dave. Come on.
He
He had a
Them
squad.
He
dudes
had-
was
he had a-
You know
old.
what?
He had a,
You know
he
what,
had a
y'all?
good old team.
Everybody, all of our viewers, I'm gonna make it known today. Davey is on Tom Thibodeau's payroll. As a matter of fact, we're gonna say happy anniversary to Davey. Tom Thibodeau tides to Davey. That's
Clearly.
No, he made the
must
game.
be.
He played the bench today. It's just that it's aggravating because somebody got to get on him. Somebody said something. Somebody said something to him. For him to
But
put
it-
DeLon Wright in, somebody said, "Yo, we gotta stretch this bench," but it shouldn't take that.
If they stretch the bench like they did tonight, they're going to come back because, again,
Absolutely.
now you're not putting all this pressure on the starters.
Go 10 deep. Go 10 deep. Bring Precious in.
Yes.
He might do that next game. He
Watch.
might do that.
Watch
the way-
Precious. Precious is going to stop a lot of that foolishness that's going on the court.
He did it last year in the playoffs against him. He did it last year.
Siakam definitely ain't getting 39 on pressure. That's for sure.
By the way,
Siakam
Brooklyn
was
tonight.
at one point. Siakam was looking like a combination of Tim Duncan and Patrick Ewing out there, yo. The turnaround off the glass was crazy tonight, and I'm like, somebody got to be able to stop this dude.
And
He only
and
he
the
only
Knicks-
had 17 points.
and the
Tonight.
Knicks-
It was
And
no. Let me tell you something. Had Indiana won that game tonight, Dave, Load Hole, that 17 points would have been very loud. That 17 points would have been very loud. And the reason why is you really can't play Siakam because, first of all, Siakam is a borderline on this particular team. Siakam's like a borderline third option. Because they looking at what is his name? Holly Berry. What's the boy name?
Halliburton. Halliburton.
What the hell?
Halliburton. They looking at
What the
Halliburton and Neesmith. So when Neesmith goes into the locker room over that rolled ankle, Siakam becomes the number 2 option, and he's hitting turnarounds like crazy.
I'm gonna tell you that ankle gonna swell up overnight.
Most likely, and he'll be questionable for the next game. But
absolutely.
Who's that?
Aaron Neesmith.
Neesmith.
Neesmith, Neeson, I don't know. Liam.
And this is a hot take. I don't know why it is, but Karl Anthony Towns, I know they say he's zesty and all, but he played better from behind.
Yo, hey, yo.
Wait a minute.
Hey, yo. Then, nope.
I don't know how that man played better from behind.
Check.
Where you go? Where McCants go?
Check.
No. That's a
It's the
flagrant.
truth.
What, David?
We
I
told
am
David
crazy, yo.
That's a flagrant. He threw you out the game. That's a flagrant.
It's the truth. We went down 20, he start falling.
Oh, God.
We get behind, turn into Superman.
Yo, Davey. Don't say nothing right now.
You know what? I go say a word. Hold on. Get my shit on.
Yo.
Go say a word.
Well, good night,
Yo,
everybody.
that is crazy.
They ended the show. Good night, everybody.
Yo.
Do
Listen,
y'all disagree?
The shortest post game ever. Because I'm not agreeing with that.
First of all,
I'm not agreeing with that.
I think now
You don't agree, no.
My belief meter.
I'm
my
not agreeing
belief
with
meter
that.
has gone up. My belief meter has gone up a little bit because of the way that when we went down by 20, I was like, "Oh, we getting swept."
Yeah, you put that in the chat.
We getting swept. I put it on FaceTime.
It's that down by 20 just works for us.
We can't keep living that way, bro.
We sure can.
Because if somehow we get out of this series, we can't go down 20 to OKC in the finals.
No
But that's
way.
gonna turn into 40.
No way.
It's gonna be 40.
Right. Because that's going to turn into 40. Exactly. This is going to turn into 40.
But how about this stat, guys? The Knicks in the second half, and Charles Barkley brought it up, held Indiana to 4 points on fast breaks. That was a huge.
That bench defense.
That means that the defense cranked
and the rebound. And
they suck in that. And Indiana sucks in the half court. Their game is running and gunning.
D-Lo, Larry Agee want to be added.
Yo, that dude DeLon Wright, that's a big pickup for us, man.
Give me 2 seconds, Larry.
DeLon Wright, because
Willie Green asking to come on too.
I'll send Willie the link right now.
DeLon Wright is a good pickup for us. He's a defensive stopper.
Let's put Donald Corey Ballard on too.
Oh no, he's a Clipper fan. No. He's the only Clipper fan I ever met in my life.
Me too.
He's the only Clipper fan in existence.
I told him he's like a unicorn.
Yeah. Ain't no other Clipper fans in the world. How that happen?
Yo, Donald, I'm not talking about Donald because he disappoints me.
Yeah, he's a disappointment.
He disappoints
Why,
me.
a Clipper fan?
He disappoints me because he's a Laker fan and
no, he's a Clipper fan.
Clipper fan. He's a clip art fan.
Paper clips.
They got
I'm telling you, the Knicks gonna win this series in 7.
They got that brand new stadium for nothing. The Knicks can win it. The Knicks can actually win it in 6 if they want.
Run on 4 straight.
They can win it in 6 if they want. They just got to play. Tim's got to play this team.
I think this loss has devastated Indiana. I
Yes.
really do. I think I was looking at them.
It's demoralizing. It's
They
demoralizing.
were up 20, running and gunning.
Doing all the-
Halle Berry was showing off his jersey. You know,
Holly Berry, that's right. Call him Holly Berry, J
That's
Mac.
his name from now on. Halle Berry.
Halle
What's
Berry
Halle
was showing
Berry?
off his jersey. Yep, that's Halle Berry.
He's a front.
And them young kids, they ain't built
Quiet the
like
whole
this,
second
man.
half.
They can't
Larry's
take
on.
this kind of a loss.
Larry's on. Peace. What's good, Larry?
What's
My
good, fellas? How
brother
y'all
Larry
doing?
AG. Pastor, what's
What's-
going on, bro?
All is well, man. These Knicks giving me anxiety, man. Like these guys, man. At first, I don't care what Tibbs do. He still got to go. If you ask me, right? First and
I'm
foremost,
telling you, that's what I just said, Larry. The only
and then
thing, if I'm GM, the only thing that saves his job is a banner in the rafters.
that's the only thing that saved his job. And let's look at it like this. If Brunson, first of all, I think the 5 fouls on Brunson was the best thing that happened to the Knicks tonight because it caused him to have to play McBride, have to play Wright, had to play Shep. Like
Shaman.
it caused that, Shaman. Like if let's look at it like this. If he doesn't get the 5 fouls, does Brunson come out the game?
No.
No. And then that means the ball stays in one place. So my mind start thinking like that. They get anxiety today. I'm talking about heavy anxiety, yo. Heavy anxiety, yo.
Knicks games on Sundays are not good for pastors.
At all.
No.
I told y'all I ain't got no.
I knew we were
I
going
ain't
to
got
win.
no voice. This is no good for me. I started not
At
to
all.
come on.
Once we got down 20, I was good. I said, we got this.
Yo, son, why is Larry on the show lifting weights?
Lift your weights. He gotta get that anxiety out.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was sitting here like this. I'm watching the game. I'm pacing back and forth.
Nervous Tennessee, he gotta get back out.
First of all, I haven't been disinvested in a team since Mike. Once Michael Jordan retired, I was like, I'm not doing this no more. Now the Knicks, I'm like, we 4 wins away. I always want to see New York do good. And then after game 1, I said, I realized why I don't do this. Y'all gonna stress me out. I'm stressed out, man.
The Knicks are like a new girlfriend. Show you all the goods up top. When it's time to give up the goods down the bottom, they do it.
Oh my God.
Yo, this show is left tonight. Okay.
Telling you, New York will do it to you. Hey, David, Chuck said he's coming back to the Garden to get that.
I don't even know what to say.
Yo.
Let me hurry up and get back
man.
to Virginia. This is crazy.
Yo, David, Chuck said he coming back to New York, get that street meat. Said he coming to New Grace.
Don't get that street meat.
Hey, yo.
Don't get that street with the white sauce. You gotta get the white sauce on it.
What is street meat?
He coming for the street meat.
No.
Yo, Davey
Street
ejected, man.
alone.
He's ejected, man. Well, I mean, he
Yeah,
got he running out of.
I threw Davey out. Davey got a flagrant 2. He got a flagrant 2 tonight.
Y'all don't, so hold on. Y'all don't agree.
I think he got a flagrant. He need a flagrant 2, and I think that was the 17th tech, so he get a game suspension. So
No.
I was about to say, yeah, he's suspended.
Davey, you wilding out tonight.
Yeah,
I need you to hear what you
Y'all
said.
actually agree with me.
Wait,
Y'all
I
agree.
need you. I need you to hear what you said. You said, I know y'all talk about how Zesty Cat play, but he plays great from behind.
He was wild for that.
Y'all know it.
Zesty,
Why would you repeat
I don't know nothing.
Zesty, and play great from behind.
I
He
don't
played
know nothing.
Y'all
man.
know he playing his
David,
back
y'all
ball
need to
from
just
behind.
have a segment for David alone.
Whoa,
David.
Dave.
Willie, I don't know nothing.
Oh man.
Y'all
I
gotta put
don't know
another
nothing.
segment on this show just for David. David's zesty sayings. You gotta give him
Oh
one
That
my
is
segment
wild,
on that.
yo.
Yeah, he's
Go
wild.
get
That
us.
is wild.
If he gonna get us canceled.
If Shaq
That
got
was wild.
Shaq in the fool, David gotta have a sex. David
Did
gotta have
y'all
a
see that? Did y'all see that dunk he did when he? When he came down the hole and dunked on them?
This is family
Came
friendly
down the hole.
content.
Yo, listen, man.
Came down the hole.
Family.
Yo,
Let me say this. Let me give. First of all
I
our
was
viewers,
about that.
This guy.
listen, all of our viewers, do me a favor, like, tag, share. It's Orange and Blue Skies. We snuck out of Indiana today. We snuck out of the arena today with a win. We got to go back up in there when Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Got to go back up in there
It's
Tuesday
every other
and try
day.
to do it again.
Every other day.
Hopefully the coach will go. He'll play 10 guys. So I think they need to have a team meeting though.
Yeah, they do.
They need to have a team meeting because
Another one?
they need to have a team meeting because their strategy is off. First of all, you can look and see throughout the whole course of the game that they had no game plan.
None. Them foul troubles is what helped them. I'm telling you. The foul troubles is what helped them because let's look at it. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
There's
we don't
no
win if
way.
we don't have foul trouble.
Exactly. There's no way he's taking Brunson out the game. There's no way he's taking Cat out the game. Dumb foul troubles helped us because now Tibbs had to say, you know what, I gotta play the bench. I don't have no choice.
I had no choice.
It goes back to that first conversation when I was first on with y'all. The same thing he did with Kemba Walker. That Kemba Walker at the end of the bench, he had them two players, the two starters got the starter and the rotation player got injured. He put Kemba in the game, first game back, Kemba scored 40. It's like, oh, Kemba this, Kemba. Yo, he could have been doing that, but because you ain't had no choice, you had to play Kemba. It's the same, like Tibbs is just, he's fried, chicken fried rice, man. He's bugged out, man.
But they not.
How do
But
you
they're not.
have a healthy Kemba Walker?
And don't play him.
New York born and bred.
Because he don't play no defense.
No, it's the NBA.
Look,
Nobody plays defense.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna disagree to one factor. Kimber was never healthy when he was in New York. He was never healthy.
Nobody plays defense in the
never-
NBA. The average for an NBA game is 220 points. Nobody's playing defense. It's the team who gets to stop.
This was a defining moment for the Knicks because they realized that they cannot play outside in. They have to play inside. They have to get Miles foul trouble. They have to get Miles Turner in foul trouble because if they don't,
he had a David moment. We gonna let you rock, Willie.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. But it's the truth though. Like literally, they have to get Miles Turner in foul trouble in order for them to even be. In order for them to have any continuity in the paint with Cat scoring at will, they have to get that big in foul trouble.
And Cat can abuse Miles Turner. Like Miles Turner is not.
He can, but they refuse to go to it.
Because Miles Turner is not a good big defender. He's a shot blocker because he gets his blocks off of smaller players. You put a scoring big on Miles Turner, that's barbecue chicken.
Facts.
And something that Jay always said. For some reason tonight it worked. The drop coverage worked tonight for them. For some reason it worked because they stopped switching. When Miles Turner would create the switch, they stopped Cat from switching.
And that's what they had.
For some reason he dropped that and it worked because Miles Turner wasn't shooting those threes the way he was shooting them in the Garden. If for some reason it worked tonight. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was reverse action and they just stayed at home, man-to-man coverage after the drop zone, after the drop coverage.
Because
But
Indiana
for
does
some
not
reason
have
it worked tonight.
Indiana does not have a player who can go one-on-one. There is nobody on the Pacers who can. They need those picks and all of that movement in order to create mismatches. That's
right.
Their claim. They hunt mismatches. If you stay at home and make them play one-on-one, they have no one that can create. Hallie can create off the dribble for others. He's not a good off the dribble stuff.
Well, let me say something that Larry was pointing to earlier. That he's got to get fired. Dave, I hate to say that, but he got to get fired.
We all on that time, so hey, we all on it.
He got to get fired because the simple fact is, if it forces your hand to go 10, 11 guys on the bench because your main guys got foul trouble, that means you are a leopard and you don't want to change your spots, bro.
Yeah.
You do not want to change. You do
Yeah.
not want to. You do not want to make in-game adjustments for in-game situations, and he don't want to do it, bro. If he
And
could
let's
go down and let Brunson foul out and go down with the ship, he's gonna let him go.
look at it like this as well, right? Let's look at it like this as well.
Looking at him at the end of the bench, like, yo, bro, I got 4 fouls. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, he was surprised to even be in the game.
Yeah.
So he got to
He
go.
took off his warm-up and his jersey by
If
accident.
I'm Knicks management, Mike Malone is on the phone. Mike Malone is on the phone tonight. Like, literally, it's in the cards. And another
Yeah.
thing I'm throwing out
Yeah.
there, and I put it in the chat earlier, if the Knicks go down, this is the easiest way for them to get to the finals and nevertheless win the chip. If they face OKC, they're not winning. I'm just gonna put it out there right now. If they face Minnesota, they got a puncher's chance of winning the championship. If they play a team like Minnesota. But I'm telling you right now, if they go down, and this was the easiest way to get to the chip, they get in Mike Malone, and they blowing it up, and they get in Giannis.
And
In the
another thing that's hurting the
get both
Knicks
of them.
is the fact that the Pacers is a running gun team. They had an off night beyond the arc, but they're a running gun team. At the game 2, at the end of the third quarter, you had Cat and JB on the bench. Like, they tired. They tired. It's bad
But you saw the difference in them late in the game tonight.
because
Everybody was fresh.
they had that
Because they
break.
got that break.
You know what I mean?
Because situations
Only because of fouls.
situations force their coach to be a coach. Well, supposedly be a coach.
Exactly.
It forced
Exactly.
them.
And
Situations
this is why
forced them to be a coach.
this is
tonight.
why as excited I am that they did, I'm nervous for game 4 because it's like,
I was just going to
let's
allude to
just
that.
now
It's
this
still desperation time.
this is
for the
how I
Knicks.
look at it, right? Because the NBA is a business, the refs
Narratives
yeah,
matter.
so numbers matter, right? Because of business. This is how I'm looking at it. What if the refs say to themselves,
Thank
what if
you.
the refs are saying, you know what? Putting Brunson in foul trouble then and good for the Pacers. Let's not call too many fouls.
And the sweep ain't good for money for the league.
Exactly. So it's a business thing. The parlays, first of all, the Knicks was favored 2.5 today.
But you saw it yesterday in the other game. No way OKC loses by 42 points in a series like this against Minnesota.
That was
Since
crazy.
when?
No way
That
they
was
lose.
crazy, yes.
Narratives, like I said, I always say this when they put me on the show. Narratives matter for the league, and it's about money, and it's about the narrative. It's no way you can watch a budding superstar in Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, get swept by OKC. Even though they have the MVP, that's not what the people want to see. They want to see knockout, drag-out games going 5, 6, 7 games with the superstars at the top of their game. They can't let Brunson and the Knicks go out like this. It's no way. It's number one. It's bad for the league, and it's bad for New York and their money and their economy. They're not letting it go out like this. That's why there was a 1.5 favorite. I think it was Indiana was a 1.5 favorite tonight, and they lost by 5.
Knicks were a 2.5 favorite.
They were. But the narrative matters. It
And they won by
definitely
6.
matters in the league.
It's
Right?
just crazy.
There's no way they can let New York beat Boston and go out like this.
Also, guys,
That's crazy.
Also, the Knicks were plus 12 with Brunson on the bench. That's unheard of.
And remember game 2?
That's
Game
unheard
2, they
of.
went on a 17-2 run with Brunson on the bench.
And they alluded to that tonight, that both times the Knicks made a run.
And tonight, the Knicks in the second half was 60 they ended the game on a 61-42 run. The refs put the whistles in their pocket tonight in the third and fourth quarter. The last 6 minutes of the third and the rest of the fourth quarter, they put the whistles in their pocket.
That's a fact.
And as it's supposed to be, let the players
Y'all figure it out.
Let's go.
And you know what else was big?
I just got to grab my
We hit
car.
our
Give me a
free
second.
throws tonight too.
I
Say it
am,
again.
There's no
They
game that
only
the free
missed
throw line.
3 free throws. They only
I
missed
am
3
not-
free throws.
I am not going to disagree with anything that y'all are saying. I really, the league is looking real suspect to me right now. Real suspect. And when you keep hearing guys like Shaq,
It's not
because
David Stern's
Shaq
league.
has been talking about this the last couple of interviews and stuff he's had.
Facts.
Shaq has been saying the NBA is rigged. I need y'all to know it. The NBA, if you notice, even on his show with NBA, what's that show again?
Which inside the NBA?
Inside the NBA.
Even with inside the
IG
NBA,
podcast with Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq hasn't even really been talking lately. Because the truth of the matter is, like Larry said, it's a money game.
You got to.
It's a money game, y'all. It's a money game. And I guess now we're not even watching it for the competitiveness. We're really watching it now like we're watching a WWE for the storylines.
Yeah.
Right.
And now, you know what I think Tibbs is going to do? I think because the people like myself and us that's on this podcast right now, because we screaming all the stuff that's about the bench being played, I think he going to play the bench only because we saying, my boy, you see the success in playing the bench. 19-2 run when JB's on the bench. Today
The
they make
crazy
a
thing is-
12-2 run. Like, what are we doing? Play the guys, man.
To Willie's point about narratives, the narrative all year long has been the Knicks don't have a bench. And what have we been screaming? He doesn't play the bench.
He doesn't
It's
play
not
them.
that they don't have a bench. He don't play the bench. The bench plays, Knicks win.
Facts.
Let's think about something, right? If you think about Knick history, this plays out just the way the '94 Knicks lost to the Houston Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Riley would not go to that bench unless he was forced to. He was a guy that played 6, 7, 8 guys, and unless
7.
somebody
He didn't even
foul
go to
trouble-
8. He didn't even
Right.
go to 8.
unless somebody was fouled or had foul trouble, or Pat wasn't playing a great game, or John Starks was not shooting the lights out, he would not go to that bench. Tibbs is that kind of guy. Unless
Yeah.
the narrative is
Raleigh
forced.
And my
You
man,
know what you just called him? You just called him a Hall of Fame coach.
my
Oh,
man,
Jesus.
my
Oh,
man-
No, I didn't call
here
him.
we
I didn't
go.
call him a Hall
You
of Fame
did.
coach.
You just compared him to Pat Riley.
I said he has the mentality of a Pat Riley, where he's running 7 or 8 guys and will not change unless he's forced to.
Well, Willie, he's a Pat Riley guy.
He
True
dropped
indeed.
the Raleigh
True
tree.
indeed. True
He's from
indeed.
that
He
Pat
dropped the
Riley
Raleigh
definitely
tree.
is. He definitely is.
As a
If I
matter
think
of
about
fact,
it, he
he
definitely
was
is.
on that staff in '94.
Right.
That's true indeed.
He's a Raleigh disciple.
He the one
Well-
that told Riley to keep Starks out there at
Yeah.
2 for 18.
Well, check this out. Well, that's not working for him. He's got to do something better.
Tibbs is not an NBA. Tibbs is not a Hall of Fame coach.
He's
Not
not.
At
without
all.
a championship.
Oh, come on. Come
He's a
on.
defensive coordinator.
Come on. He got coach
He
of
only
the
got
year
that.
twice.
He only got that
This
chip
is
in
the Hall of
Boston because he
This
was
is the
on
Hall of
the
Fame coach.
bench.
I'm not gonna let y'all sit there and do this. This is the Hall of Fame coach we talking about. Coach of the year twice.
Yo, who let David out the penalty box, B? What we doing here?
He got coach of the year
David's
2
not even supposed to
times.
be here. He got ejected. He was
Listen,
ejected.
I was at this man's church. Today preaching, and his members already know. They said, "Oh, you can't say nothing against Tibbs around him." The members said this.
Dave, I'm gonna
You
Maybe I'm gonna
preach,
put it in
make a
perspective
shift.
for
He
you.
made a shift tonight. He shifted.
Here is the biggest difference between Riley and Thibodeau. Riley could at least coach offense.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
He got
That's a good
draw
point.
plays.
That's a fact.
He could draw up plays. He was an X and O's guys. And you know what? Now it makes sense. Which is the reason why they do not look like they are running set. They are not running plays.
They're
This
not.
team is not running plays.
It's give the ball to Jalen, dribble handoff.
This team is
handoff,
playing
give the ball
West
back to
Fork.
Jalen,
They are
and
playing
then-
West
and then let
Fork
Jalen
ball
try to create.
every game. They are
Straight
playing
Rucker
West
Park.
Fork ball every game. And Jalen comes down with a 24-second shot clock and holds the ball for 17
He
seconds.
dribbles the air out. But I was telling you,
hopes he
Butler.
finds a crease. And hopes he finds a crease in the defense and takes a jumper. Or
But
tries to
Butler,
get to
I
the
was
paint
telling
on
you
the
this earlier this season. I said that this is Tibbs' offense, which is no offense. I told you he
That was
does
his
not
offense.
have an
It was
offense.
his offense with Derrick Rose.
Yes.
It was his
Butler.
offense again with Derrick Rose in Minnesota.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler. Yeah.
It was his offense with Jimmy Butler. Oh, there was only one in a Tom Thibodeau offense. There was only one dependable scorer in his eyes.
The point guard.
Nobody else is able to score except that one person that he believes is the dependable scorer.
That's a fact.
Meanwhile, you got Cat, OG, Mikal Bridges on the floor at the same time as your man JB, and I love him. But the only person that he wants the only person he wants shooting the ball in the first 8 seconds and in the last 8 seconds of that shot clock is Jalen Brunson.
Y'all reading this question about Bishop Butler, about Bishop Tyrone Butler? I think he's saying it's not rigged.
No, he ain't. It ain't that he's saying it's not rigged.
Yeah, no. So here's the Bishop Butler.
Basketball is Bishop Tyrone Butler.
It's not.
Basketball is
It's
rigged.
not. So we can't theoretically we can't say it's rigged. However, the facts and the history, statistics of past, the referee that got banned, right, because he was betting against games. Tom Donahue, right? What about the player, Toronto Raptors player who just got just suspended lifetime ban for throwing games? We got
only because they got caught.
But
Only
so
because
that's
they got caught. It doesn't mean that it's not rigged.
That's my point. That's what I'm trying to say. Like it's rigged because those are nobody's gonna say it's rigged. No referee is gonna say it's rigged.
Absolutely
the other kid the kid that was playing for Charlotte, I think he got traded to Heat this year.
Terry Rozier.
He's under investigation. He's under investigation for betting on games. So what is that saying? Like these games is everybody. If it was me, I'm calling my third cousin. Put money on this, Playboy. We making some money on the day.
Right. Somebody not close to you. That's right.
You know what I mean? And that's what's happening.
Like what's the over under on my points? Under 12.
Yeah.
All right.
I bet I'm gonna score 11.
I'm getting 10. I'm getting 10.
Yeah, and I'm faking an injury. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, coach, my hammy tight. Yeah, my hammy tight, coach. You know what I mean? That's what they've been doing. You know what I mean? Now, once again, you got some players that play this game, right?
I told my brother-in-law one time, because they diehard Knicks fans like y'all. I told him one night, I don't know who they were playing, but Brunson could not get them 5 assists. I said, bro, you think these players ain't watching the not watching the stat lines for them? They watching. They watching for sure. He got you 30, yeah. He got you 1 stat line, but he's not gonna get you 5 assists. Especially if he knows that the over-under for him getting you 5 assists gonna put $6,000 in somebody's pocket. He's not gonna do that. Chill. There's nothing in it for him. There's nothing in it for him. So why would he do that? Just like I had AD one night, had 35 points, and couldn't get me 11 rebounds. He got me 9.
But that don't affect wins and losses, though.
I don't know. I absolutely agree with that. But we know that even in playoff basketball, it's narrative driven. It's no way they can let the New York Knicks beat the defending champions, whether they were hurt or whether they were healthy. There was no way they can watch them lose to the Indiana Pacers like this. There is no way. And then to be in all 3 games and lose in 2 games in the fashion that they lost, knowing that the Knicks are clearly the superior team. I always said that this matchup is a bad matchup for them. Not saying that they can't win, but this is a bad matchup for them because the Knicks will always find a way to fumble at the goal line. They will always find a way. And it's proven itself the first 2 games. This 3rd game, there is no way TNT cannot let them go down 3-0. The league cannot let them go down 3-0. And definitely the sports bettors cannot let the Knicks go down 3-0. They don't make money that way. And the Knicks, for this is not a defining win for the Knicks tonight. This was a desperation win that the league needed, the Knicks needed, and also the sports bettors needed. The Knicks are in desperation mode Tuesday night. If they do not win Tuesday night, they are going to lose the series at home. I'm telling you.
God bless. Good night for sure.
They're going to win Tuesday night.
They better. That's the only way. That's the only way. Not only the league say, okay, we got our mojo back. So now we just take the we. How did they say you take the blinders off and let them go for broke the next 3 games. If this series is tied 2-2 Tuesday night, they're gonna take the blinders off and they're gonna.
And then we'll find out who the better team actually is.
And then it goes best out of 3.
No narratives, no refs withholding or making. Gonna go 7 games if they tie it up Tuesday night.
Fact.
Knicks in 7.
For sure.
They gotta make money. They gotta make
sure.
money. Ain't no money in a suite. Not even a gentleman's suite with these 4 good teams. There's no money in gentleman's suites.
Let's talk about which, and maybe you guys might disagree. Is it safe to say that they have figured out a way to stop Jalen?
Nah, I don't agree with. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because number one, let's think about let's think about Jalen's assignment. He's not necessarily defending Tyrese Halliburton.
In a quarter of a mile.
He can't hold Halle Berry.
But I'm saying as far as them knowing how to switch and put a bigger guy on Jalen to tie him out, so it's not necessarily his fault about who he can't guard. Rick Carlisle has gotten up a scheme to not only put a bigger guy on Jalen to tie him out, he's making Jalen play on both sides. Offensively, they're going to switch Halliburton off of him because they want a bigger defender on him. And then when it's time for him to defer or defend on the other end, they're going to put a bigger guy in front of him to drive past Jalen, where Jalen got to swipe down or try to get a steal or something of the sort. That's where he's getting into foul trouble because they're not creating the switch where if he's on the defensive side, they put a bigger guy in front of him, whoever the offensive guy is, whether it be Neesmith, whether it be Shepard. One of those bigger guys is always on him when Indiana's on offense. They don't put Tyrese. Tyrese is a bum because he only goes right. Yep. He doesn't go left. If you look at that, he doesn't go left at all. Never goes left. He always goes right.
Overrated.
And I'm telling you, he only goes right. Yeah, Halliburton, right? Halliburton.
No, Halle Berry.
He goes right. He does 2 things. He either tries to spin back or he tries to step back and shoot that 3.
And that step back is a travel.
Yes, it is.
Well, if that's the case, they got. That's the case.
They ain't call it.
They gotta
call it.
They gotta call it since James Harden been doing it. If that's the case, you know what I mean. So
right, I'm about to say that if the refs ain't calling it, it ain't a travel.
The refs been allowing that sucker to happen.
Steph does it too. They don't call it.
The whole league is doing it.
Yeah,
I'm doing it.
As far as Jalen being taken out of the series, I mean, and not really, because I just think this is one of those nights where he had to defer, being that he was in foul trouble, and the Knicks had and his teammates had to step up tonight, man. They really did. They had to step up, man. Cat ain't have that 20-point quarter. Knicks go down 3-0. That's a fact.
Sure.
Deuce McBride played big.
He had an epiphany. He's like, if I don't play, they're still gonna blame, like you said, the superstar gets all the glory, but he gets all the blame. They wouldn't have blamed Cat for not playing well tonight. They'd have blamed Jalen. You know what I'm saying? Even with the circumstances that was dropped in front of him, being with 4 or 5 fouls in 3 quarters.
Played well tonight.
They would have blamed him.
Played well. Yeah, Deuce played well.
But he got to do that. He has to be consistent.
He played better from behind, Doc. I'm trying to tell y'all.
You know what? All right, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed on that.
Yeah,
it's midnight.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
On that note,
listen. Thank you all for joining us.
Where's the cookout tomorrow? Ain't nobody cooking out.
I'm cooking out tomorrow. I'll put something on the grill tomorrow, man.
I mean, if you're gonna come down to Virginia, I'm cooking out.
We don't want to know what David put on the grill.
You know I would have brought my burgers over there tomorrow. You would.
We don't want to know what David put on the grill, B. You know what I mean? We gonna leave things alone, B.
Yeah, what kind of meat you put on that grill, David?
That's David with the street meat, dog.
That's Charles Barkley street meat on the grill.
Let me tell y'all something right now. Let me tell y'all something right now. Those of y'all that are watching, J-Mac bought some hamburgers
Oh my God.
to the WrestleMania party that we had at Will Green's house. I have never tasted a burger like that in my life.
What were they? Angus?
Nah. That was
Yo, bro,
Sirloin, it was-
Davey, these were gourmet burgers that he got from the butcher.
yeah.
And I don't know, yo, I've never tasted anything like it, and I don't think I want to eat a burger
that's not that burger, right?
until I
That's
have
not
one of
that.
those.
Absolutely. It's not if it's not from J Max Butcher, we not dealing with it.
Yeah, that joint was crazy. I just thought about that.
We've been absolutely.
Yo,
We
we
gotta
gotta
bring
have
them lamb
another.
chops. We gotta bring them lamb chops the
When
next
I
time
tell
the
you-
grill is out.
Yes, sir. I'm about to say you gotta bring the lamb chops.
I seasoned them joints to perfection, and they sat overnight.
That's right.
Nothing
On
like
that note-
marination, baby.
On
J
that
Mac,
note,
he slept on my skills though. He slept on me until he started indulging. He slept on me, but I had to get him. I had to let him know.
on that note, fellas, you have a good night. You know what I
Now
mean?
we
I'm
all
gonna
out of here. I'm getting out of here. I'm
We
tired.
got it
Yeah, yeah,
here
B.
too. 10-7.
You have a good one, yo.
All right, y'all.
All right. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. Post game. Once again, Knicks win. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Tuesday night, game 4, Indianapolis. As always, orange and blue skies
survive.
over Indy tonight. Knicks stay alive.
Must win for the Knicks on Tuesday.
Another at least 2 more.
Now, if we win Tuesday, I think we taking the series.
I believe that too.
If you win Tuesday, the series going 7.
It's going 7, definitely.
But the Knicks are winning game 7 at the Garden.
Somebody get Adam Silver on the phone tonight. Tell him gotta let the Knicks win. You need your money, right, bro?
We need the Knicks in the guard. We need the Knicks in the finals. We need the Knicks in the finals the same
Right.
way the WWE Nation needed Cody to be champ.
And I'm telling you, the NBA needs the Knicks in the finals. They can't have
Chuck
an
need
Indiana OKC final.
Nah, they got to get back to the Garden, man. Chuck got to get back on 34th Street, man. He need that white sauce.
I'm out of here. Gotta go.
Willie, you just as bad as Dave now.
Well, good night, everybody. Have a good night,
You
everyone.
just as bad as Dave.
Yo. This is the state of emergency. Check. I need all my Knicks fans right now to grab your jerseys, your popcorn, your sodas, whatever you gotta do to get ready for this game. I don't care if you're a cheerleader, an athlete, a couch potato. We're here to restore the feeling. Matter of fact, can you say from New York what I say from New York? Hey, yo, let's go now. Hey, yo, I bring that New York energy. Talking 42nd Street. Alley hoop finger roll. Ain't nobody checking me. Crossover through the legs. Step back, hit it 3. Still up in the hood, but got big baller tendencies. She just trying to get flued out to John Kennedy. Just to see the Knicks play. Make a couple memories. New York, if you ain't from here, don't pretend to be. And if you ain't rocking with the Knicks, you an enemy. Yeah, look at us. Whole city is wild. This is New York. Why y'all ever counted us out? Any game we attend, yeah, we taking it now. Fast break on the court, all up and down. Lead a garden in the pigsty. Yeah, we get it on this side. Bacon, egg, and cheese or the lobster mac with the ribeye. Either way, we winning the overtime if we get tired. Get it with the team, yeah, that's just something we live by. Hey, yo, first quarter in, we gon' turn it up. Gotta warm up first, then we taking it dub. By the third quarter in, no, they ain't catching up. Gotta stay in the lead before that shot clock buzz. If the Knicks get a win, we gon' do it again. Make the finals once before, we gon' do it again. Bounce back in the fourth, we gon' do it again. It's been a while since the chip, but we gon' do it again, yeah. Yo, put your hands up. If you rockin' with the Knicks, put your hands up. Yo, put your hands up. If you from New York, put your hands up. Yo, look, put your hands up. If you rockin' with the Knicks, put your hands up.